Hello friends, I welcome you to EPG Pathshala. My name is Dr. Amit Katoch and I am working as Assistant Professor in University Institute of Hotel and Tourism Management of Punjab University, Chandigarh. Dear students, I would be taking the module which is titled Changing Scenario of Travel Trade under the paper Travel Agency and Tour Operations, Itinerary Preparation and Tour Package. After the module, the learners will be able to understand tourism industry in global and Indian context, worldwide distribution system, changing role of tour operator, changing role of the travel agent, and factors influencing the travel business. Firstly, I would start with a brief introduction. Tourism has been a major social phenomenon of societies all over the world. It is driven by the natural urge of every human being for new experiences and the desire to be both educated and entertained. Tourism today is a leisure activity of the masses. People today travel to national and international destinations to break the regular monotony of life. They are mainly attracted by either the scenic beauty of its nature or by fascinating leisure, sports and adventure activities offered by the destination. Over the last 2 decades, travel and tourism has played a more and more important role in the economic development of many countries. Increased travel across the globe has been driven by growth in real incomes, greater amounts of leisure time, improved and highly accessible transportation systems, ongoing globalization of business linkages including supply chains, highly effective communication systems that facilitate marketing and a significant number of new tourism services. Tourism is 4-dimensional activities. First, it is environment friendly. Second, it generates employment in the country. Third, it brings substantial amount of foreign exchange to country's exchequer. Fourth, it generates revenue for the country's economy. And fifth, it creates most effective and efficient backward and forward linkages among different components of tourism sector. Tourism has emerged as one of the world's largest service industries with sizable economic benefits and immense opportunities. With the emergence of technological advancement and competitiveness in service-based industries, the tourism sector is playing a vital role in contributing to improve GDP and creation of employment across the world economy. It is one of the leading job creators in the world. The industry employs more than 98 million people directly, representing over 3% of all employment. When indirect and induced impacts are included, the industry contributes to around 1 in every 11 jobs worldwide. While tourism generates a significant amount of foreign exchange earnings that also contribute to the economic growth of developed countries. Now I will discuss about the Indian scenario. Tourism is the largest service sector in India. The industry provides heritage, cultural, medical, business and sports tourism. It is expected that the tourism sector contribution to the country's gross domestic product will grow at a rate of 7.85 ALE in the period 2013 to 2023. It will account for 1/3 of the foreign exchange earnings of India and also gainfully employ the highest number of people as compared to other sectors. This sector also attracts the domestic tourists and foreign tourists in an enthusiastic way, which results in improving well-balanced economy for the nation like in India. Tourism industry in India has several positive impacts on the economy and society. Now I will discuss about the worldwide tourism distribution system. The worldwide tourism distribution system is experiencing major transformation. The beginning of this transformation phase can probably be traced to the deregulation of airlines and the advent of global distribution systems, which initiated a period of greater accessibility and availability of information to travel intermediaries with concomitant benefits to the travel consumer. The decrease in fares and pressure from airlines for decreased distribution costs have made travel intermediaries vulnerable in terms of their traditional role as the link between the supplier and consumer. Rapid and fundamental changes in technology have enabled consumers to deal directly with travel suppliers in an increasingly simple way, and this has proved a further impetus for change in travel distribution. Together with these trends, consumer preferences have also changed fundamentally. Travelers today seek different types of experiences from their predecessors, and this together with greater accessibility and availability of information presents the travel industry with its greatest challenges. Now I will discuss about the changing role of the tour operator. Tour operator, often it is felt that in the changing scenario of internet and website use in travel and tourism business, tour operators and even travel agents' role is very limited, and they need to adjust themselves to the new scenario by changing the style of the functioning, diversifying their operators and providing value-added services. Even there is thinking that tour operators may not be required for any service to their clients. They would be closing their shops and do something else. Do not get disheartened with such comments. Tour operators are always, they were also there, and they are still operating, and they will continue to operate, but will operate with higher responsibilities and will have to be more professional in their approach. They will be charging higher fees on their advisory guidance, and interested parties will pay happily. This role they could not have anticipated earlier, and even the money it can provide, which was earlier restricted to commissions, only will be much higher. Let travel agents and tour operators regard themselves not as mere sellers of airline or railway tickets, but as friends, philosophers and guides to the general public. It implies that they should do their job not to make money alone, but to work with a mission. They should delve into the mind and soul of a passenger and find out what are his specific interests, needs and passions. This is the first step towards giving them specially designated solutions. You must know your own USPs and provide useful and unique service and information to make themselves indispensable to the passengers. They should know all about the current market and where they stand and come out with a suitable strategy to bridge the gap. They should also use the latest tools, including comprehensive travel technology solutions. There is need not only to be a specialist but a super specialist if they have to survive in this competitive business climate of today. Let them give the customers lifetime value service and build them into their regular clients. Let them invest in them with high value products, creating an impression of exclusivity. Let them improve their products in view of the changing customer needs and demands without forcing anything which benefits them and not the clients. Let them be on the run to find answers to such questions as: what do my customers expect from me? What can I do to exceed their expectations? What value-added services can be introduced to make myself more useful to my customers? Who are my best customers? What can I do to ensure that they never leave me? If some of them have left, why they have gone so? What can I do to bring them back? Constant search for these questions brings answers, and their implementation constitute the trade secret which unfortunately very few know. Also, without putting all eggs into one basket, they should think of venturing into non-air segments such as car rentals, hotels, cruises, helicopters, insurance and other related services. All these offer business opportunities which could be fully explored with maximum benefit to them. Now I will discuss about the changing role of the travel agent. The travel industry has seen some of the most profound changes in the modern business, and it's taken just 3 words to dismantle the status quo: Airbnb, Skyscanner and Uber. These 3 platforms have transformed the way we think about domestic and international travel. However, they didn't emerge without warning and reflect a broader change in how consumers are empowered to get what they want when they want it. Yet the travel agency model persists, and those who see its digitalization as an opportunity, not a threat, are flourishing. So it's the responsibility of the travel agencies to empower themselves with the best tools of the trade and communicate their expertise to those considering the DIY approach. Below, we explore how the travel agency industry has changed and why travel agents who embrace disruption will safeguard their services for years to come. Travel agents and the agencies they work for know this well. They know that their services remain in need, despite a new latest and greatest do-it-yourself travel app launching every second day. So, what then? Is a travel agent selling point? Is it simply removing the inevitable human error associated with do-it-yourself bookings? Travel agencies have always leveraged personal service as a selling point for their business. They collaborate with you, the traveler, in crafting a trip that is tailored to your needs and wants. They also leverage their existing personal relationships with suppliers like hotels and airlines to deliver this package to you. However, as mentioned, booking a room through a platform like Airbnb can be an even more personalized experience. Travelers deal directly with the owner of the room, who often occupies the house with them and acts as a host during their stay. This presents a whole other suite of potential limitations and issues. However, the personal service remains. Now I will discuss about DIY travelers. Whether for business or for pleasure, travelers going it alone in the organization and booking of the trip has become the norm. For travel agents, the likes of Airbnb represent consumers assuming total control of what was traditionally being left to the experts. Why would the average Joe enlist the help of a travel agent when he can search for and book an affordable, secure, well-located room at his own discretion? Online hotel booking didn't begin with Airbnb, but its human-to-human value offering has challenged the personalized service that travel agents have relied on to attract business. And it's not only in accommodation that agents feel they are being undercut. Booking a flight has truly never been easier than it is today. Using online tools like Skyscanner, consumers are empowered to search for deals, gauge layovers and book complicated itineraries from the comfort of their lounge room. These technologies have empowered consumers like never before. Yet, as the old adage goes, with the great power comes great responsibility. These same empowered consumers have recognized that perhaps their flights deals aren't the best, their Airbnb hosts aren't the most accommodating, and their itineraries aren't the easiest way to navigate. Now I will discuss about the travel agents and technology. In our comprehensive look at how the travel management profession is changing, we now discuss how the highly specialized role demands an agile and technological mind to master. Using the best technology available, travel managers have proven their worth to CFOs in facilitating positive and profitable business trips for their employees. The benefits of technology for travel agencies are no less profound. Today, travel agents know that to compete with the digitalization of consumer travel, they need to evolve the technology they use. Streamlined Streamlined travel management platforms allow agents to remove the guesswork involved in free online booking tools, and any traveler serious about finding the most convenient and economical way to get from A to B understands this. It is the responsibility of travel agencies to communicate this point clearly and with data-based evidence. For corporate travelers, enlisting the help of an agent is an absolute no-brainer. It's no secret how complex business travel can be, especially when navigating unexpected changes to itineraries and strict corporate travel policies. Travel agents with access to a powerful management tool can offer a service that can't be matched by a DIY approach. Now I will discuss about the factors influencing the travel business. Greater flexibility of booking internet, teletext and call centers. Booking over the internet, teletext and through call centers makes it possible to do in your own time 24 hours a day. It's easier and quicker for most people, and also a lot cheaper than you was to book in a travel agents. This would affect the travel and tourism industry as more and more people are using the internet rather than going into the travel agents, in which the travel agents will be the losing their money, and in the future they most probably won't be able or won't be a lot of travel agents around. This would also save the industry money if the travel agents shut down, as most people just use the online travel agents. Tour operators are also selling holidays directly to customers, and Thomas Cook is planning to shut a lot of high street agencies. This means that a lot of staff will be made redundant. Growth and expansion of air travel and regional airports. The new middle class and business class travelers with huge disposable income looked for traveling by airlines. It was comfortable and luxury. For example, people in big cities in US, UK, Germany, France, Spain, Brazil, China, South Africa, Brazil, Argentina and India are the rising economies, and air travel across these countries has increased significantly. At the same time, the operation of low-cost airlines has brought down airfare drastically, and it has increased demand for air travel more in recent years. More independent travelers. Nowadays, independent traveling is becoming more and more common as people use the internet in the search of cheaper holidays. Organizing their lives and accommodation separately is all well and good so long as everything runs smoothly. There are more independent travelers recently, as it's a lot easier, quicker and cheaper to book your own accommodation, flights and ancillaries. The only bad thing is that if you book them separately, you are not covered for things like the ash cloud, unlike if you was to book a package holiday, more independent travelers go on long haul flights for things like business trips. Visa upon arrival. Many tourist centric countries have introduced visa upon arrival system for inbound visitors. For example, Thailand, Malaysia and Singapore have made the provisions for inbound visitors to get the visa endorsed upon arrival. At the same time, online issues of visa and passport have simplified the travel procedures. One more emerging trend is consumer preferences. In the present time, the consumer preferences are limitless and they go for diverse choices, which may give them different and varied experiences. Rising middle class. As reported in many reports, middle class population is rising in all countries. They have disposable income and urge to travel distance places of holidays as they are the first generation travelers. It is predicted by National Council of Applied Economic Research NCAER that half of India is expected to turn middle class between 2020 and 2040. One more emerging trend is increasing senior citizen population. The numbers of senior citizens have increased and the central and state governments not only in India but in other economies also. Hence, the governments are offering incentives and benefits as the social security measures for senior citizens to undertake travel. Senior citizens earlier travelled by first or second AC in the railways now are finding domestic and international air travel affordable for them. Changing pattern of employment. It is reported that pattern of employment is changing in many developing countries. There is a shift from traditional occupation to modern lucrative employment in trade and industries. For example, students get placed on campus as soon as they complete their course. This has its own impact on travel trade. Changing lifestyle. It is certainly expected that changes in lifestyle have made much impact on travel trade today. The pattern of lifestyle has undergone drastic changes as compared to 1960s and 70s. People spend for the moment due to the demonstration effects. Young population is traveling for the purpose of education and knowledge. Shoddy products, subpar services and unpleasant purchase experiences are no longer tolerated or forgiven. Traveling with family in a weekend has become fashion for the urban dwellers. People look for best brands, best quality and best services from airlines, hotels and travel agents. New travel trends. The tourism statistics of UNWTO indicates that the countries in Middle East, East Asia, South America and Eastern Africa have witnessed growth of outbound and domestic travel. Pleasure travel is a discretionary item in family budget in those countries. The budget includes basic travel necessities such as transportation, accommodation, sightseeing, shopping, etc. This has become possible due to the introduction of non-financial compensation to the employees in the public and private sector. People are traveling to many unexplored places of interest. A new trend is witnessed, that is the choice of shorter breaks with more frequency of travel in the holidays. This is a change in the demographic profiles and trends to healthier lifestyles. Branding tourism destinations. Brands create product differentiation and represent a promise of value. Brands incite, beliefs, invoke emotions and prompt behavior. It gives a clear personality to a product or destination. The tourism boards of Dubai, Singapore, Switzerland and many countries utilize Bollywood industry of India and other film industries of other countries including Bollywood to promote their destinations. Apart from all the above factors, there are numerous factors which are affecting travel business and put emphasis on the stakeholders of travel trade to become great watchers and to reinvent their products to attract the travelers whose demand and liking is continuously changing. Now, I would like to summarize the entire module. The only certain in the travel agency industry is that uncertainty will reign supreme. The travel industry currently leads the world in Internet of Things spending, and the ramifications of this movement are still emerging. However, it's clear that consumers will be empowered to achieve most of what agents can by themselves. They just won't be able to do so as accurately, as quickly, as economically, or with as minuscule fuss as travel agents can. The travel agencies of tomorrow must be armed with the most powerful travel management technology available. Other alternatives aren't viable because, after all, consumers who enlist their help expect more than a mutual searching of Skyscanner from the agent's desktop computer. Thank you and have a great future ahead.